Surprise! Hello my Facebook friends and fellow Guyanese. I tried to buy some beer today, but the liquor store said I look too young and that they do not accept currency from Guyana.
Happy birthday, Daddy.
Oh, thank you. What have we here? Moet. Thank you. As I mark another milestone today and share these special moments with you in cyberspace, I marvel at how our world has changed. I'd like to thank all of you for your many thoughts, birthday wishes, emails, and the wide selection of beautiful songs which you've shared with me. We'll have to drink to that, but before we do, I'd like to share my birthday wish with you. I wish you were here to celebrate with me. But like many of you, if I could make a wish today and a dream for tomorrow, I'd like to see the rebirth and renewal of our beloved nation, Guyana. I'd like to see our country move in a positive direction, free of rampant crime and widespread corruption, becoming a prosperous and progressive nation, healing the wounds of the past. Over the past several years, many Guyanese have left Guyana because of despair under the PNC regime, and they're still leaving today. Today, thousands of Guyanese would like to return home to contribute and live, but cannot do so because of fear. Fear of the existing regime and the sordid state of affairs which have led our nation to unfortunate stagnation. We're all saddened to know that Guyana retains the unenviable position of being the poorest country in South America and the third poorest in the Western Hemisphere. The gross domestic product of our nation is half that of Barbados, 1/10 that of Jamaica, and a fraction of Trinidad's. Why? We also hold the undesirable status of having the highest suicide rate on the continent of South America, with domestic violence and the murder of women and the children being at an all-time high. I believe that it is the fundamental right of all women to live free and productive lives in the pursuit of their own happiness and individual dreams, without the fear of abuse by men seeking male dominance and control. Help and Shelter, which is an NGO in Georgetown, estimates that 1 to 2 out of 3 women in Guyana are victims of some form of abuse. I wish for change. Help and Shelter data 2008 shows that there were 1,000 clients and victims of abuse who were under the age of 18, and that there were 350 reported cases of child rape. It showed that 8 to 10% of boys and 25% of girls have been sexually abused in Guyana. And according to reports from the Guyana Police Force 2009, there were 2,811 cases reported with only 579 charges. Yet many of these atrocities are never reported. I ask you to support Help and Shelter in Georgetown. This assistance center helps abused and trafficked women and children in Guyana and handles about 35 hotline calls per month. As you know, Guyana sits on the U.S. State Department Tier 2 watch list for trafficking in persons and child labor. This must change. I wish for change in our economic freedom policy, where Guyana is ranked 27th out of 29 countries in the Caribbean, South and Central America, even lower than Haiti. Investment in Guyana is hindered by crime, corruption, inefficient and burdensome government bureaucracy, non-transparent regulations, a weak and cumbersome judiciary, and even an inadequately educated force. We lack the human capital to move our country forward, and I wish for change in the freedom from corruption, where the index ranks Guyana 126th out of 179 countries, and where the human poverty index ranks us 48 out of 135 countries. I wish for change. I wish that one day all people of Guyana and those living in self-imposed exile in North America, Africa, Europe, and the Caribbean will come together as one to rebuild our stagnant nation, a nation on the verge of chaos and on the precipice of collapse. A new manifesto must unfold, and an inspiring vision must be articulated where all Guyanese are empowered to pursue their dreams with dignity, respect, and equal opportunity for all. One in which our nation is emboldened with a clear spirit of partnership between Afro-Guyanese and Indo-Guyanese. One in which conditions are created through education and a national unity strategy to ease historic hostility, racial discrimination, and ethnic dissensions which have plagued our nation during the colonial era and even through the post-independence period. These things I wish for. We must shape a new destiny, chart a new course, and bridge the racial divide which has shackled us for decades. And even more so, we must move away from the failed policies, failed strategies of today and embark on a creative, innovative agenda that fosters hope and opportunity for all people of Guyana. One that catalyzes change through innovation, inclusion, and inclusion of members of the diaspora and all Guyanese. Guyana needs a champion for the people and not a champion of the earth. I wish for the day when all Guyanese will participate in our own healing, to overcome our history as a broken, divided nation, that when we break the shackles of the past, we can forge a new beginning. These things I wish for. Change from Mabaruma to Anna Regina, Orinduke to Mount Roraima, Lethem to the Corentyne, across mountains, rivers and streams, from the white sands to the alluvial mudflats, from lush forests to the savannas, Georgetown to Caribbean, change must come. Change we need from the classroom to the boardroom, from Stabroek Market to the halls of Parliament. Change we can embrace. But we all have a role to play. And in the words of Martin Carter, all are involved, all are consumed. And Mahatma Gandhi said it best. We must be the change we want. We must dare to hope, dare to dream, to vanquish the chains of fatigue and despair, seeking new innovation and inspiring leadership, with bold new ideas and a clear vision of optimism and opportunity for the next generation. And so, my friends, let us unite with renewed vigor. Let us reignite the passion for change and enlightened hope, for change we can embrace. One hope, one dream, together one.